Hey guys, it's Sharon. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my why and why I have continued to eat clean and exercise and um, continue on the path of changing my life and changing my family's life. Um, when I started my whole weight loss journey, I knew that I needed to lose weight, but my weight wasn't really my biggest issues. Um, I was in a really deep, dark place in my life at the time. I had Lexi 18 months prior, and I suffered from postpartum way worse than I had let on, and I didn't know how to change that, and I didn't know how to fix it because I felt like I was being a bad mom if I didn't I couldn't control what was going on around me. And I work at Costco at early in the morning, so I'm with my kids most of the day, and I was exhausted all the time. I felt like a bad mom because I was always in a bad mood because I was so tired, and I maybe thought I was suffering from bipolar or something because I literally could be completely happy one second and the next minute I would fly off the handle for no reason, for something really silly. And I just didn't feel like me. I felt like I had given up on myself so much that I didn't know where to begin. I knew whatever it was that I took, whatever direction I took, it was going to be work and it was going to be hard. And I had tried a few things before I started with my weight and with being healthy. I was trying to do things to make me happy or do things for me, but they never really felt like filled that void that I was feeling. And I just really needed something for myself. I needed something that only I could do, and only that my kids couldn't overtake, or my husband, or whatever. And I mean, that sounds selfish and whatever, but I just felt like I was giving myself so much to my family, and I wasn't getting anything. I wasn't able to give anything to me, and I needed that. I needed to feel like myself again. I was worth, all the hard work that I put in. Or I didn't feel necessarily appreciated the way I thought that I should, or I would feel guilty all the time. I felt like I was a horrible mother. So when I first started, it was 100% to just do something for me. I wanted to lose weight for myself. I wanted to feel better for me. And I knew I needed to change my habits because I was being such a horrible example to my kids. We were eating out multiple times a week. They had, I have a 5.5-year-old with Down syndrome, and I knew that the things I was teaching her, especially, were going to be very destructive in her future. The obesity rate and things with kids with Down syndrome is very high, and I didn't want that for her. I don't want it for any of my kids. I don't want them to feel the way that I have felt. And so I knew I needed to start now before it was too late. And so a lot of the reasons I changed were for my family, but it also was for me. I remember feeling some days that I didn't care if I was fat. I didn't care if I was lazy. Nobody would miss me if I was gone. Nobody would care if you know, I just felt like nobody cared. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I know my family loves me, and I know my kids need me, and my husband needs me. And when I started feeling those feelings, that was a big sign for me that something needed to change. So when I started, it wasn't easy. I was extremely addicted to sugar, caffeine, heavily processed foods, potato chips. When I started, it was not an easy month and a half well, it was about a month that it was extremely hard. I was sore all the time. You know, I had gotten my gallbladder out, and I've had digestion issues my whole life. And so I was, constantly running to the bathroom. I was, it was either constipation or diarrhea or, just severe stomach pain and detoxing all that crap out of my body. I literally, like, was more tired in that month than I have ever been in my entire life. But I kept pushing through it. And once I broke through that detox and that, that really hard spot, and I felt just a little bit of what it feels like to have that energy again, and to feel clearer headed and have my mind, clear, and just to see the changes in my body in just a few weeks, it really gave me the motivation to say, I can do this and I'm not going to quit. There were days that I wanted to quit multiple times, or I didn't want to eat any more vegetables and I didn't want to eat what I had in the fridge. But if I told myself that I could do it and I got out of my head, it got easier and easier. The past 5 months, it has become such a habit and such a lifestyle for us that my kids, I can take my kids to McDonald's now and they won't even touch it. And that's a good feeling, because I know that I've taught my family the proper things to eat, and I've taught them, we still have to work on a lot of things. They're toddlers and they are picky, but it's good. It's such a good feeling when your 2-year-old eats broccoli or chooses carrots instead of the candy in the drawer, and those are the things that really push me to keep going, and to see how I feel and how much better I feel with my energy and everything else makes me excited to see how far I can go, and to be a good example to my kids, and to really, teach them healthy lifestyles. It motivates me to help other people. I know exactly how it feels when you first start. I know exactly how it feels at your deepest, darkest point where you feel like you have no hope. And I know what it feels like on the other side now. And it is 100% worth every single, bead of sweat. And I can't imagine ever going back to that person that I was, because I feel like I can live my life and I can be the mom that I want to be, and I can be, myself, and I can be a mom, and I can, go to work and do what I have to there and have a good attitude and not feel so crappy all the time. And that's why I keep doing what I do, because I feel better, I'm happier, I'm a better wife, I'm a better mother, I'm a better friend, I'm a better daughter. I am just overall a better person. I have learned so much, and I've become so passionate about this whole thing, and I never thought I would be that person. I was not that person, and it's so weird still sometimes that I've come so far in such a short time, and my mind has shifted so much. I really, 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 have a strong testimony of eating clean and the benefits that it does for your body. It's not just about, looking good or losing weight. It is about every aspect of your body. Your brain is healthier, your mind, you're more confident, you are happier, your moods are better, you have more energy. Your body functions properly, and it's working for you instead of against you, and this was put in place for a reason. And if we just follow, those basic guidelines, we all have that in us. We all know. It just takes the discipline and those steps each and every day to just keep going. And I promise you, if you can get through that and you can make this a habit and bust through it, you will be happier and you will feel so much better. Your family will thank you for it. and everything in your life just gets better. So I hope that you guys have learned something in this group, and I hope that you implement things in your life and make those small changes, because the small ones add up to big ones. And, you know, just keep going, and anyone can do anything that they put their mind to. I truly believe that. So have a good night, and if you have any questions, please let us know. Thanks.